This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Welcome back. Plain Talk is next with Kyle Bauer and Duane Toews.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer with Plain Talk with Duane Toews, the man who knows that horses don't speak English, but they speak perfect horse. Duane Toews.
It's perfect horse.
Exactly.
Not like pig horse or pig Latin or Spanish.
Creole horse, Spanish horse.
Spanish horse.
Yeah.
Just plain
Perfect
old perfect horse.
So you think people understand that horses don't speak English?
I think there's some people that think their horse understands them. I think they're probably mistaken.
So for them to respond to a verbal command, they could just as well be grunting, and they would probably learn to respond to the grunt.
If they made the same grunt every time. Yeah, I think horses are smart enough to learn, but I don't really think they understand
They don't understand that, whoa. You just will say,
if you can do
every time,
then
you're fine.
Probably all right.
All right.
Your fact or fiction question of the day, Kyle Bauer. Dr. Pepper, originally sold as an intellectual beverage and temperance drink. Fact or fiction?
Thought it originally sold as a medicinal purposes. I'll go with fiction.
It is fiction. It was actually Coca-Cola.
That was for intellectual? I thought it was medicinal also.
An intellectual beverage and temperance drink.
Huh.
By temperance,
well, it was
sold during the times of Prohibition.
Right. Of course, you understand that Coke originally had cocaine in it.
Yeah, so much for their temperance. Yeah, we went from alcohol to hallucinogenic drug.
We were in
Las
Vegas.
Handy.
Yeah, don't say that word ever again. We were in Las Vegas recently and went to the Mob Museum.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what most people do when they go to Las Vegas. They go to a museum.
Check out a museum of mobs.
Yeah. And boy, I will tell you, the Prohibition times was a moneymaker for the mob. And they fought hard that it didn't get taken away.
Right.
Of course, not Theodore. Yeah, Franklin Roosevelt ran for president on the the platform that he is going to get rid of Prohibition. Got him elected in a landslide.
Might as well be able to tax it.
Well, I think people were just not happy.
Tired of not being able to have a drink.
I will tell you, as you walked through there and read about the rise of Prohibition and the rise of the mobs, it just sounded like what we hear about today on the gangs with the drug trade. I mean, if you every time you read mob, you would just insert gang, and every time you read alcohol, you would insert drugs.
Right.
It's like, holy smokes.
There's a stark similarity here.
Yeah, and of course they got rid of Prohibition, and that lowered some of the profitability of the drug people. They just went on to something else.
Right.
But you kind of wonder if we ought to just declare a victory on the war on drugs and get out. Well, it's political, so you always have to declare a victory.
Yeah, we won.
Yeah, always say you won. And the other guy's going to say he won too. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whoever gets to write the book.
Or whoever the media is giving the most attention to, he gets to declare it the loudest.
I suspect it might not go the way folks who would want it to go, as far as the media is much more inclined to look at the bad news side of this story.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean, some will say they only sort the bad news out for certain people, but I think they tend to always go for the bad news. I mean, let's face it, good news doesn't sell very well.
Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Jamie Bloom, and I hope you enjoyed today's show. See you next week on Farm Factor.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.